All right, so finally getting to this. I know. Trust me, it's worse over here. Finally getting to this. Man, the whole Corona thing has been pretty crazy. But I think I'm in a good place with my work, at least for now, so I could do some content. Um, I'm excited, y'all. Y'all don't understand because I've been really wanting to buy arm stand for my mic so I could, put it in a easier place to talk. But not in the budget. So I was doing a project where I had to do some voice recording, and I realized my mic can do something I didn't know it could do. It got a little swivel action, so I don't know. It's just easier to talk into it without setting it up weird. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. So overwhelmingly, put up the poll, and I know this was supposed to be up Sunday, but like I said, work it was more homework and stuff than I thought. So overwhelmingly, a lot of people want to see Nick Foles, and so there was a good suggestion from one of the users, and I don't have it pulled up right now, otherwise I shout you out, but you know who you are. Said they want to see Foles versus Trubisky comparison. And so my first reaction whenever someone tells me that is like, that's going to take a while. You might, I don't know if I'm going to do that. But I thought this would be a good one to do, but you got to really understand how to set up apples to apples and make it as close as possible. Because, a lot of people will and already have thrown up video, and it's very much out of context, and so you gotta always keep the context and in front of you. And so before we get into the video, I'll just let you know what I decided to do. So for me, my initial reaction is I wanted to get a common opponent from this year and look at Trubisky tape for Trubisky tape against the same team that Foles was playing. And I was going to look at third downs because we all know that's a significant down. Now, the issue is while the Jaguars did play a number of common opponents with the Bears, Foles didn't play in those games. The only common opponent we had was Chiefs, and Foles didn't play that entire game. And so it was really hard where I think he only threw like 8 times. And then so it would have been, a little weird to do that. And so what I did instead is what I chose to do is to look at their best games of this season. Obviously, Foles doesn't have a lot of games, but he plays some games. So, QB rating, some other stuff, just decided what I thought was their best game. And we're going to compare third downs from there. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different ways to compare and look at different things, which is why you need to, be intentional with your research methods. So for me, I'm looking at third downs. This is their best game, and we'll go back and forth and look at Trubisky play. We'll look at Foles play. Looks like we got 11 third downs from Trubisky and 14 from Foles, and so we'll see how many we'll get through. So we'll rock it like that. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start off with Trubisky. This is Week 10 versus the Detroit Lions. And so these are third down plays. Once again, we know that's a money down. So this is 3rd and 4. Since it's Trubisky, I'm assuming all of these will be pass plays. So we motion to bunch trips. Throw a flat route so we don't convert. Let's stick it with this. I was thinking if I want to do the end zone view, but from this view, we can see we want to hit this flat route here. It's going to whip outside, clear these with the vertical, and it should give us open. Now, the pass is behind Taylor, obviously, where A, it's hard for him to make the catch, but B, he really has no way of making a run after the catch. And so the issue right there is the accuracy. Now, the snap's a little low, but he gets the ball, recovers well. The initial pocket is fine. And again, it's just, I think it's just a matter of accuracy. I mean, that's a few yards on a pass. And so you want to be able to throw that with timing so that he's able to make that catch and get up the field, because it was only 4 yards to go. All right. Now the Foles game will be against the Jaguars. Not the Jaguars. I knew I was going to do that. Against the Colts. So 3rd and 10. And I didn't look at what the Colts is ranked. I know the Lions isn't a highly ranked defense, but we know the Colts is a better defense. So they got trips left. So this ends up being incomplete as well. So they got trips left. Close on the right side. Running backs in protection. Now he is going against a blitz. So we got a curl here and a double post, which is a very popular route combo right now. So these are definitely vertical routes. Now you got 10 yards to go. And so we'll look at the blitz when we get to the end zone view. But we see there's some pressure, stays in the pocket, delivers the throw through the contact. And the pass, ends up being behind the receiver, who is against the single safety, because that's why the double post is going to stretch the safety. He does have space to the outside. So if I go back again, slow it down, you can see that receiver is gaining leverage to the outside, because the corner is going to lock up here. So if you throw the ball leading the receiver, there is space. But obviously, what you really want to look at is with this double post, single safety makes a commitment right away. This is wide open. So we do miss that. But that's a tough throw. Now let's look at the end zone view. So they got 5 on the line. 6 comes up. So 2 late blitzers, 1 late drop, 3 late blitzers. So a little intricate blitz. But again, as you can see, he stays in the pocket, has enough time initially to make his read. All right, so he doesn't step up because the blitz is coming. Now he's trying to throw with anticipation. And honestly, you know what? The placement on the ball isn't terrible. The receiver, it's in a place where the receiver could make a play on it. Yes, he could have led him more. But from this angle, I don't know. Maybe it was a small window, and I do recognize that the corner is still there. So, you see. What I'm looking at, so this is the window you have. If you don't get accuracy on this could go towards the corner. But I think this is a dead space you want to see. But really in a one-on-one match, you gave your receiver a chance, and the receiver just didn't find the ball really at all. Not to say I completely blame the receiver on that one, but, a play could have been made. So let's bounce over to Trubisky. We got 3rd and 1. So quarterback sneak, nothing to see here. We'll go to the next 3rd down play. 3rd and 9, so more comparable. We're down 0-3, so game's still close, 2nd quarter. So we're in the empty set. Got bunch trips to the right. And if you watch any of my videos this year, we probably know what we're going to see. So we get some pressure. Has to scramble and make a play. All right, they say it's incomplete, that he was out of bounds. So actually, let's look at the route combo first. So we'll get that curl action. We'll get the flat here. We'll get one layer of curl. We'll get a second layer of curl over the middle in the flat routes, and then one in breaking curl or spot route. So yeah, it just turns into a scramble drill. So that flat route kind of everybody kind of really scrambles to the same area. But eventually the flat player scrambles up and then comes back towards the quarterback. And so we'll see kind of what happens here. We got 4 on the line. Let's see how many they bring. So snap's a little off, but they bring 3. We got 1 late blitzer. Daniels loses because really we shouldn't have that issue. Not with 3 rushers. So now Trubisky's off time, but honestly the route combo wasn't really set up for success anyway. So obviously that's a tight throw. Ends up throwing it to the sideline to Burden. They rule it out, and I don't remember. I can't think that far back if it ended up being complete, but it was short anyway. So the anatomy of a play for Trubisky. So Trubisky, I mean, when you look at it that way, there's some things that definitely worked against him in that play. So it's hard to, just blame him for that. So this is 3rd and 4, 0-0 still. We got trips to the right, short on the left side, so similar to the last play. Steps up in the pocket. I couldn't see what happened, so obviously he caught it, but I don't know. The ball looked like it got tipped or something. So it ends up being behind him, but let's look at the route combination. And this is the other thing when we're talking about Foles and Trubisky. You got to realize, whatever you've seen from Foles isn't exactly what Trubisky has had to deal with play calling wise. So we got a little rub route here and then a second level crosser. I actually really love that. You think about that as a short route, that's amazing because you're going to have one come down here, one come over here, and then you're going to have a crosser there. So you got a linebacker nightmare over the middle, and then you got a deeper cross where if they get sucked up with these two, then you got this next guy, especially in man-to-man coverage. So, yeah, that's easy pickings. So let's get to the end zone view and try to see exactly how the throw went down. So similar to last time, they got a lot of people on the line, probably going to bring some heat, but Foles was able to step up and still deliver a throw. Running back, I believe, stayed in, so you got 6-man protection. All right, so pocket's decent. Takes a nice step up. And I think the ball got batted, is my guess. But it ended up behind him. Obviously, he knew where he was going. They end up making the catch, but the ball was a little bit behind. But I think it was batted a little bit. I don't know if that was an accuracy issue. All right, let's jump back to Trubisky. 3rd and 6. And keep in mind, these are their best games, which is nice and all statistically, but 3rd down is really where it matters. Are you converting? And if it's their best game, you would hope that they are converting. So this is a drop. Not a bad play by Trubisky. This is empty. You got Taylor Gabriel coming over the middle, and we really don't run a whole bunch of these routes. Now, honestly, that to me looks like it might have been a curl itself, but the timing of it, he caught him before he curled up. So it might have been another curl, who knows, but you got one safety deep, break inside. Really, that's a double covered throw. It's a little tough, but I think Gabriel adjusts to a place where Trubisky could get it to him pretty easily. Just didn't hold on. And so you definitely got to put that on the receiver. So I don't know why it does that. So anyway, so it's empty 5-man protection. You can just watch. Looks like they send 4 eventually. 1 comes super late. Trubisky just hangs in, knows where he wants to go. And yeah, so definitely put that on the receiver. So let's jump over to Foles again. So I missed it. 3rd and 8. Game is tied up. So they got trips close again for the 3rd time. Running back in the backfield. 6-man protection. Ends up getting sacked. I'm just curious at what the route was. Another double crosser. We need that. We need some of that in our playbook. Crossers are... Why did it restart? Crossers, I'm telling people, that's the good stuff. In the league today, that's the good stuff. So anyway, so let's get to the end zone view. See if there's anything good old Foles can do. Now, I've seen him step up in the pocket one play, but so far he doesn't look super mobile. That'll be interesting to see. Of course, he was ended up being hurt this year. Yeah, there wasn't much he can do that because they collapsed the pocket from the interior and both edges. So I don't really think there was much you could do because stepping up here, maybe, but you had that last blitz, so he just folded and took the sack. So let's go to the next one. 3rd and 4. They are down by 3. Bunch trips. I wouldn't be shocked to see our curl concept. That would just be funny. And that wasn't too off of our curl concept. You're going to have a guy that goes flat, immediately to the flat. And then you're going to have these routes that push more vertical. I'm not sure if they were curling up or not. He definitely was curling up. He might have had an outbreaking route, not sure. But you can see Foles is very decisive here with this throw. Again, short conversion. Now, the problem with that is the same problem that you had with Trubisky's throw, which is that it was behind him, didn't really hit him in stride. Now, some people say he took a little bit off that pass to give Westbrook the ability to catch it and then become a runner. I mean, yeah, you could look at it that way, but just when you throw it inside, you know, the quicker you get him the ball, the quicker he's able, and you know he's fast, the quicker he's able to square up with that defender and make a decision. So, in my opinion, I would probably want to hit him in stride because it's not designed to come inside. Otherwise, it'd be a tunnel screen. It's designed to go outside. So, you want to hit him where he can catch that in stride and go. And so, I just feel like, you know, you were kind of short on that. And that's what turned that play around. So, similar issue. But you saw how decisive he was with that. All right, so 3rd and 10 for Trubisky. Still down 3. We're backed up. Snap is low. He steps up and he gets sacked. Let's see that. Believe we got 6-man protection. No, Montgomery left. So Trubisky tries to step up. Yeah. Just nowhere to go. Got to put that on the O-line. So let's go to... they didn't tell us how far it is. Looks like about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. So Trubisky ends up checking down. We got 2x2. Let's see what we end up running. So we got crosser, outbreaking route, curl, or really a curl to a crosser. So another version of that. Trying to see if something else besides the check down was open. I mean, you definitely could have hit that early. They were ready for it. Actually, you could have hit it late. No one ever collapsed on it. That's probably where I would have been looking at. But we know he had pressure in his face, or at least it looked like he did. So again, like at this point, I think you're fine. I say that defender was there. I take it back. Yeah, that's really the only choice he had there. Not going to blame Trubisky for that one. It's that concept. And that's going to be one of the hardest things when we're talking about evaluating these two. So let's look at one more. This is 3rd and 7. Trips. Probably 6-man. Yep, 6-man protection. Well, he left late. That was a drop. That should have been caught. So let's see the routes. So we got an in-breaking route right around for this cross right there. You got a post in the interior, and then really it's a double post again. Now this time kind of learning from that mistake, looking at what the safety ends up doing. They stay in the 2-deep shell, but you see the safety turning his head. You got another one coming back here. And I think he pretty much gets the ball there. We'll see, but he had people in his face, so let's see. But an impressive throw. Let's see what we got. So it looks like they bring 4. Pocket's fine. Now this is a longer developing route. So he throws against the pressure. I think he gave his receiver a chance. Obviously, it wasn't a perfect pass, but I think he gave his receiver a chance on that one, which is impressive. Now, the one thing that does stand out to me with that is that he is taking the hit. Not that he's taking the hit, but the one thing that stands out to me is that he kind of throws against the hit a lot. Now, I don't know, obviously, how consistent that is, but it seems to me, and from what we was just watching, he throws against the hit a lot, which is a sign he's not super mobile. Now, nobody thinks of Nick Foles as a super mobile quarterback, but we've seen him shuffle step up a little bit. But for the most part, I haven't seen a lot of movement in the pocket. Now, this is a very small sample size, but typically when you have a quarterback that has pressure bearing down on them like that, their reaction is going to be to try something. Now, there are times where you absolutely need a quarterback to be tough in the pocket and deliver that throw. And 3rd down, also we got to think of that context, is usually that time. But I just wonder. And so these are the hypotheses you have, just like draft. You watch tape, you get a hypothesis, and then you watch more tape to see if it's consistent. But right now I'm wondering how much ability in the pocket does he have? We see that he can deliver a throw against pressure with some type of accuracy and power. And there's another, I'm sure a lot of people have watched the throw he did against the Chiefs. So we see he can do that, but I'm wondering how much pocket manipulability. I'm not even going to try that, but how much can he manipulate the pocket? And again, it's not me saying just because I question something doesn't mean they're bad. It's just a question. You want to know what you have in a quarterback. What's his strengths and weaknesses? And then versus Trubisky, honestly, I've watched that tape so much. We could talk about a lot of things. It's hard to compare. And some people say, it's not the same. And I think that's fine. That's a fine conclusion to say, look, what we were doing with our routes, what we were doing, even pass protection wise, is very different from what Foles had. And so that is information you need to consider in this comparison. So, but overall, again, I think a little more decisive. Definitely more of a gambler than Trubisky as far as, putting a risky pass out there. Definitely not as mobile. But I don't know what the accuracy is. Maybe I'll do another comparison video because I'm not sure exactly what the accuracy level is to Trubisky. I think if he's not as mobile, then you can be in situations where you're throwing against pressure more often. And if that's the case, your accuracy is going to be affected. So, yeah, I would just have to see more. But for those that want to see a little bit of Foles versus Trubisky, there you go. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Is possibly you want to see more, something different and specific. They don't have any common opponents, unfortunately. But yeah, let me know if you could think of something. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, stay up and bear down.